Next point, compounds of xenon. A scientist called Neil Bartlett, who have identified a compound O2 plus PtF6 minus. After that, the first ionization potential of O2 molecule is always similar to xenon. That's why he prepared this compound Xe plus PtF6 minus. This we can write it as XePtF6 square bracket. These are called complex compounds. Name of the compound is xenon hexafluoroplatinate. So this is a compound of xenon. So that's why we have changed that name inert gases as noble gases. Now later we can identify so many compounds of xenon. So reason for compounds of xenon are xenon and radon are of last elements of this particular group. Maybe their ionization potential is small, that's why they can form compounds with highly electronegative elements like fluorine and oxygen. So we can't identify compounds of xenon and radon with any other element. Only we can identify with highly electronegative elements like fluorine and oxygen. So up to now, radon compound is only one, that is radon difluoride. But xenon can form so many compounds, among them fluorides and oxides. Xenon difluoride, xenon tetrafluoride, xenon hexafluoride, xenon trioxide, xenon tetroxide. The first one, how to prepare xenon fluorides. When excess of xenon reacts with fluorine at 673 Kelvin temperature and 1 bar pressure gives xenon difluoride. Next, xenon and fluorine are in 1:5 ratio at 873 Kelvin and 1 bar pressure gives xenon tetrafluoride. Now next one, xenon and fluorine in 1:20 ratio gives xenon hexafluoride. Here conditions are 573 Kelvin temperature and 60 to 70 bars pressure. Now we can prepare xenon hexafluoride in alternative method, that is when xenon tetrafluoride reacts with oxygen monofluoride gives xenon hexafluoride. Now move to some properties of these xenon fluorides. All these three fluorides of xenon are colorless crystalline solids. Now they undergo hydrolysis very easily. When xenon difluoride reacts with water gives xenon HF and O2. When xenon difluoride reacts with phosphorus pentafluoride, it gives a complex compound where cation is XeF plus, anion is PF6 minus. In the similar way, xenon tetrafluoride reacts with stibbium fluoride or stibbium pentafluoride gives a complex compound where cation is XeF3 plus, anion is SbF6 minus. At last, xenon hexafluoride reacts with metal fluorides. Here metal is either sodium, potassium, rubidium or cesium. It gives a complex compound M plus XeF7 minus. Now move to oxides of xenon. When xenon fluorides undergo complete hydrolysis, you are getting corresponding oxides of xenon. One is xenon trioxide. When xenon tetrafluoride undergoes hydrolysis, you are getting xenon trioxide here. Xenon hexafluoride undergoes hydrolysis, gives xenon trioxide. Now here, partial hydrolysis of fluorides of xenon gives different compounds. Xenon hexafluoride reacts with water, gives XeOF4. Xenon hexafluoride with water can give XeO2F2 also. Here xenon trioxide is colorless explosive solid. XeOF4 is colorless volatile liquid. By knowing all these fluorides and oxides of xenon, we can draw their structures also. Structures of xenon compounds. First one, xenon difluoride. What is the formula for hybridization here? Central atom is xenon, valence electrons are 8 plus number of monovalent subatoms are 2 divided by 2, that is 10 by 2, that is 5, odd number, and hybridization is sp3d. Generally, shape of sp3d hybrid orbitals is trigonal bipyramidal like this. Here number of bonds are 5 but number of subatoms are 2. That means here 3 lone pairs available. Where we have to keep those 3 lone pairs? At equatorial position. As I said, if hybrid orbitals are in odd number, we have to keep lone pair at equatorial positions. That's why 3 lone pairs like this. Remaining fluorine atoms, arrangement is like this. Now here shape of this molecule is linear because here we have 3 lone pairs at equatorial positions. 2 axial positions are occupied by 2 fluorine atoms. That's why shape of XeF2 is linear. Now come to second one, xenon tetrafluoride. Here hybridization is first 8 plus 4 by 2, that is 12 by 2, that is 6, even number. Hybridization is sp3d2. So shape of sp3d2 is generally octahedral like this. Xenon, total number of bonds are 6. Now here number of bonds are 6 but subatoms are 4. That's why we have 2 lone pairs here. Where we have to keep lone pairs? At axial position because this is even number. And remaining 4 corners are occupied by 4 fluorine atoms. Now shape of XeF4 is square planar. Now move to third one, XeF6. Here hybridization is 8 plus 6 by 2. That is 14 by 2, that is 7, odd number. Hybridization is sp3d3. Now shape must be pentagonal bipyramidal. Central atom xenon, this is pentagon, pentagonal bipyramidal. Here total number of bonds are 7, subatoms are 6, that means we have one lone pair. Where we have to keep lone pair? At equatorial positions. Now I am keeping one lone pair here, remaining bonds are 6, then we can write 6 fluorines here. Now shape of this molecule is distorted octahedral. I will repeat, distorted octahedral. Now come to last one, that is xenon trioxide. Once again 8, here no monovalent subatom, that's why 8 by 2, that is 4. 4 means hybridization is sp3. Shape of sp3 is tetrahedral. Now central atom is xenon here, number of bonds are 4, but subatoms are 3. That's why here I am writing 3 oxygens and here it is lone pair. Now why we are writing double bond here? Oxygen can form double bond. Now this is lone pair. Because of this lone pair, shape is pyramidal here. This is pyramidal shape. Now like this we can write for some more compounds also, that is xenon tetroxide. Once again 8 by 2, that is 4, means sp3 hybridization. Shape is tetrahedral. Xenon, total bonds are 4 and subatoms also 4. That's why no lone pairs here. Shape is tetrahedral. Now come to another one, XeOF4. Now here valence electrons 8, number of monovalent subatoms are 4 by 2, that means 12 by 2, that is 6. 6 means hybridization is sp3d2. So what is the shape of sp3d2? Generally octahedral. Here it is xenon, total number of bonds are 6, but we have only 5 subatoms. That means one lone pair we have. Where we have to keep that lone pair? At axial position. Here a lone pair and remaining 4 fluorine atoms and remaining is oxygen. This is oxygen, that's why we are putting double bond. Here shape of the molecule is square pyramidal.